Terry Bradshaw is joining us. Your first Super Bowl was in 1974. Did you even get a police escort to the game back then?
I don't know. Maybe. I'm not sure we did or not.
But I mean, it was pretty raw. It was a football game.
Right. It was. I remember going to the game in New Orleans, and after the game, showered and we got our clothes on, and talked to the one or two beat writers, and that was it.
One or two beat writers?
Yeah, I think one or two people.
From the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette?
Probably, yeah. And then may have done one more, but I guarantee you, I bet my life on it, I didn't do more than three.
Okay, but I remember also the last one was in Los Angeles.
Right.
And that felt big. The game then was getting much more glam. I remember the catch back of the end zone to Swan, Vince Ferragamo. Now, that game, Terry, felt like a Super Bowl to me. As a kid, that was one of the first Super Bowls that felt big. Do you remember?
To you, not to us. To players, it was big. All of them were big. Here's the only thing that's gotten bigger is this. Money, of course, but the coverage. Look at the set. I mean, this is crazy.
Isn't it crazy?
Look at this. All this belongs to Fox. Fox set all this up?
Yeah.
Holy cow. Amazing.
How can they afford to pay us?
I don't know. But really, this is impressive. And I think in Super Bowl IX, my first Super Bowl, I went with Fran Tarkington, and we went in the New Orleans Saints offensive players room, which was probably 16 by 30. And took pictures. Me and Fran. Yeah. To some degree, I imagine the players today would say, boy, I wish it was like that now. Now you with all the social media and you can't do anything.
Would you have done okay with social media?
No.
You and Namath?
No, I would have not done well at all.
Why?
I wanted to be like Namath.
You did?
I wanted to be like Joe. I wanted to have the confidence to talk like that and know I'm going to back it up. I would have loved to have been able to do that. I wanted to do that. The first pair of white shoes I bought in Tampa in a preseason game were 10 and a halves. They didn't have my size, 12. And I wore them just so I could be like Namath.
Really?
Oh, yeah, about killed my poor feet.
Why didn't you have the confidence? You were a number one pick.
I don't know. It just, I'm one of those kids that's always... I always felt like I was about 5 years behind everything. Coming over here today, and I don't understand anything they're saying in the back seat. And they're talking all social media stuff and music's playing. I don't know any of this stuff. I live in a protective world, I guess. I don't know. I just got my focus is so much different than everybody's.
No, I get it. So I find it fascinating. You wanted to be Joe Namath, and so many kids grow up. I've told you this story. I'll tell this story one more time. So when I was a little kid, your team, Terry, I wanted to be quarterback. And so I got a football jersey, and I had a football. You get a football at a local sporting goods store, right? They didn't have Dick's back then, probably Bob's in my hometown.
Got it.
So I bought a football, and when Terry threw the football, he grabbed the top of the football. So I tried to throw it. Like that. And I remember my dad saying, I don't think you're Terry Bradshaw. I don't think you can throw it like that. He goes, why don't you just, because my hands were smaller, and so I'm like a 9-year-old boy.
Yeah.
And then I played high school football, and I was a quarterback. I was terrible. And I started...
I can believe that. I don't see any athletic ability here. Okay, no, this is where you were born, man. You're born to be on a mic.
But I remember you screwed up a lot of kids because you had this perfect... People forget this, Terry. You were drafted number 1. None of your games were on television. In fact, when you were drafted number 1, where were you when you got the call?
I was pulling out of the driveway to go fishing.
And did Mel Kiper call you? Who called you?
Mel Kiper. I don't even think even Mel Kiper wasn't born. I was going fishing. My dad stopped me and said, well, you got to stay. I said, why am I? He said, I got a call from George Hallis. And he said, they're trying to make a trade to take you with the first pick. I thought I'd go like 3rd or 4th round. And I went, bull, Dad, And he said, no. He said, you can't go fishing. I was mad. Had to park, put my boat up. And then he made me go put on a shirt and a tie.
Oh,
It's a
Lord.
media. I went, Dad, are you kidding me? I mean, I was furious. Yeah. But I did it. My dad said do it, so I did it.
Where'd you get the artistic stuff, the singing, the music? Where'd you get all that stuff from?
All the singing?
Yeah, where'd you get that from?
From my mother's family.
All right.
All of them were guitar
Church?
Players, singers, all singers.
In the church in the South?
Probably, mostly, one uncle made his guitars, beautiful voice. My other uncle had a gorgeous voice. He sold Wonder Bread. He just loved to sing. My mother's got a really pretty voice. And my younger brother, Craig, sings like Pavarotti. Oh, he's amazing. And I told him, I said, you didn't listen to God when God spoke to you because you're supposed to be singing and not selling houses in Dallas. I mean, he's really that good. And here I am. I'm the one that's singing. Makes no sense. You know?
Well, we love you for it.
Yeah.
So you go into games like this, I want you to go back because the Terry Bradshaw I remember, big, strong, huge arm, over the top. You were all of it. But like Jimmy Garoppolo.
How come Joy doesn't get to talk?
Well,
I mean,
at the
why
end
have I got to listen to you?
Terry, I talk a lot. I like to let Colin get in his flow.
But I can make an argument. You were Jimmy Garoppolo. You had a big running game. You had a
Right.
big defense.
Right.
And you won Super Bowls. And
Right.
everybody's talking about Mean Joe Green.
Right.
And Franco Harris. You didn't. How much did you throw a game? Your teams were like San Francisco.
I think for my career, I had John Zarnecki look it up. I averaged 19 passes a game.
Isn't that incredible?
19. And I saw Jimmy after the game the other day, before we presented the trophy. I said, how's that arm? You guys that baby down tonight? What did he throw? 8? Threw 8 passes. I said, Jimmy, I won a Super Bowl throwing 11 passes. I threw 11, 23, 32, 30, I think, something like that. No more than that. And he said, you got to be kidding me. God, I think there was a certain part of Jimmy, and I'm going to interview him tomorrow. I love both these quarterbacks. My wife is here. She just loves Mahomes. Loves him. She's a Chiefs fan. Loves him. And both these kids are really good. But he was just shocked that we won. I think he felt like he's not doing his job because he's doing is handing off. And I found as a quarterback, because I called my own plays, I had and was taught all this running game. You had to make the audibles to get the right play at the line of scrimmage, and I found that to be just as exciting, you know. And now at 71, you say, "Gosh, I wish I'd have thrown 40 a game now because we're not any good because our stats are so bad." I think Breezy's got 75,000 yards. I think I got 27,000. It's almost like take me out of the Hall of Fame. How'd I even get there? Even this one idiot down in Dallas said, I don't even know how. They ought to take him out. He don't even belong to me. And I ought to kick his ass. Little worm.
Well, I mean, just the world's changed. I mean,
It has.
in baseball.
For the better. For the better.
Yes. And by the way, in
Absolutely.
baseball now, Terry, it used to be about starters going 9. Now it's all about the bullpen.
Yeah.
So relievers are going to have more
Oh, yeah.
innings, and they're going to be.
Exactly. And I know nothing about baseball, but Joe listens to Joe Buck, and Joe say, well, so-and-so's starting today, and boy, he's 21-2. If they can get 5 strong innings out of it, so they can't wait to get to the bullpen.
That's right.
Exactly.
So when you look at Mahomes, you were known as having a legendary arm. And I'm trying to think, a lot of your contemporaries didn't. Greasy didn't have a huge arm. Stabler didn't have a huge arm.
Oh, Stabler was amazing.
But he didn't have a huge arm.
Oh, Stabler. So amazing. I played against that guy, man. He was so amazing. Just scare you to death. He and Staubach were the 2 guys Burt Jones was another one. You don't
Loved
even
him.
You remember Burt Jones?
And yesterday in the elevator, I ran into Lydell Mitchell. And
Wow.
he goes, young man, I enjoy your show. I said, who are you? He goes, Lydell Mitchell. I said, number 26. You and Burt Jones were my second favorite team.
There you go.
Penn State.
Boy, could he sling that pill.
Burt was great.
Burt could sling it. I mean, talk about anybody in the NFL today, and they'd have to get their second behind Burt Jones.
Yeah,
Man, what an arm.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.